Hi, and welcome to Projects 360. This video is on our new purchase order system and our new PO purchase order queue. I'm going to start with our new purchase order queue that we have with our inventory management system now. If you go under purchase orders and go to PO queue, that'll take you into our purchase order queue, which this is basically a bucket that you can put all the product that needs to have purchase orders created for them. So this is an area where your buyer, purchasing agent, whoever it may be, can work out of, and they know that this product needs to be ordered. And you can send this product to the purchase order queue a variety of different ways. You can send it from that product request page by just going to the cog and going to add PO queue. You can add it from an existing proposal. So remember, you can still create purchase orders from a proposal like you were able to before. It's a little different now. When you're in the proposal itself, you're going to click on purchase orders on the tab and then hit the plus symbol right here. But to add things to the purchase order queue, there's a tab called purchase order queue. And what it'll do, it'll pull up all the product in that proposal, and you can select the product you want to add to the purchase order queue. In the PO queue, you can filter the product, by phase, by location, by system, or you can have no grouping at all. To create another new feature that we have is that you can create just one-off purchase orders now. So you can actually just go to your product manager, for instance, and you can go through and select, search for product through your product manager, select the product that you want to, create a purchase order for, and go to the cog and go to create purchase order. It'll then take you into the purchase order creation tab. You can auto-generate a number, or you can type in a title. You can choose a client, or you can create, your company as a client if it's just maybe for stock. If you selected all the same manufacturer, it'll default to your supplier. You can then choose what warehouse you want to ship it to. It'll fill that information in. You can hit OK. It'll then open the purchase order, and here's that auto number that was generated. If you do need to edit that, you can click on it to edit that if you wish to do so. You can also continue to add product if you forgot to do things. So just go to the cog and you can go add product. And you can then, again, we have the search feature. It pulls the product manager up. You can filter by supplier because that's what we started with. Or you can even just search the whole, product manager. So if you wanted to add something different, if this was a supplier, you can actually do that. You can select them, hit add to purchase order, and now it adds that product to the purchase order. And this particular product that I selected was wire. And so we have another new feature. So in a product that you want to sell it by the foot, but we buy it by a case of, like in wire, for instance, 1,000 feet. Now in the product manager, when you go into that product, on the first page, you can set up to order by case. And you check that box, and it'll allow you to put in the case quantity and your cost by case. So then when you're creating a purchase order here, if I wanted to put in 800 feet, because maybe I need 800 feet because that's how I track it in my inventory, it'll auto convert it to one case because you can't just buy 800 feet. It's sold in cases of 1,000. So, and you have a little icon right here that this is a case item. When you're creating one-off purchase orders, everything defaults to 0. So make sure you put in your quantity of what you want for all the different product that you added right here. If you're bringing it over from the purchase order queue or from the proposal, it actually brings over the quantity that was requested or needed in that proposal. Then on this inside the PO here, you can download a printable version of the PO and just send it as a PDF, Or we do have the email feature that you can click on that. It'll generate a link for the purchase order, and you can actually send it electronically to the customer, to the distributor, and click on that. And then they have an option to update by line item if it's been shipped, back order, discontinue, or partially shipped. And they can update the PO from here. And when they do that, from here, if they marked everything shipped and update PO, and we go back and refresh this page, it'll show that all those are in shipped status now, and the PO changed to shipped. Also, on existing POs that you start receiving, so if we go into purchase orders and go to a PO that maybe we started receiving some product on, so let me find one here that I know that I started receiving on, this Crestron one I have. You can go up to the cog inside the PO and go to Shipment History. And when you go to Shipment History, it'll show you all the shipments that you received against this purchase order. If you want to print labels for those, because if it's maybe a bulk item or something like that, and you have your unique UPC code and everything, you can highlight the items you want to print a label for and go to Print Product Label, and it'll ask you the quantity of labels you want to print. You can then go print labels. I don't have my Dymo labeler set up, but it'll set up those labels for you so you can print those and put those out. And that covers everything about purchase orders. Thank you and have a great day.